I don't got no problem with Tank or nothing like that. He cool, you know what I'm saying? He a cool nigga. Like I see him from time to time. We know a lot of the same people. And we be out or whatever the case may be. We've been out before.
And how about you and Isaac Cruz?
I ain't got time. Tell him hold the belts. I'll whoop his ass for free.
Easy work.
No, not for free, but not for the damn belts.
The highly anticipated fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach has boxing fans buzzing with excitement. Both fighters have built up significant momentum in their careers, and this showdown promises to be a defining moment for both, with an intriguing mix of rivalry, skill, and personal stakes. Gervonta Davis, known for his relentless style and devastating knockout power, will be stepping into the ring for his 31st career fight. He comes into this match with a perfect record, 30 wins and 28 knockouts, solidifying his reputation as one of boxing's hardest hitters. On the other hand, Lamont Roach, although somewhat underrated by some fans and analysts.
35, so I don't blame him for fighting that way, but he's not a big 35. I don't see why people like, oh, you whatever, smaller guy, woo-de-woo, blah, blah. I mean, like...
is gearing up for the biggest fight of his career. Roach is looking not only for a payday, but for redemption, revenge, and an opportunity to snatch Davis's belt. The face-off between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach has already set the tone for an intense fight. While this encounter hasn't been without its share of controversy, it brings back memories of amateur days, when these two fighters clashed twice.
Both break bread, we get it, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a big fight.
Yeah. So
I always knew, it always been love, for sure. But I always knew that right here would come because he's one of the best, and I know for 100% for a fact that he's one of the best. You know what I'm saying? So that's good.
Yes. With Davis leading 2-0 against Roach. Roach claims there was a robbery in their first bout, and he believes this fight will be his chance to correct the course of his career. For Roach, the opportunity is monumental. This is his chance to become the first man to defeat Gervonta Davis, and he is training harder than ever to make it happen.
Yeah, Tank's my guy too, man. I appreciate him shouting me out after the win. And you know what's crazy? After he beat Hector,
Okay. I know you're at 130, right? But if the right fight presented itself, would you consider maybe a big fight at 35 if the money was right?
Most definitely, the money was.
As we saw with the recent fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, shared amateur history can amplify tension in a professional fight, just as the animosity between Haney and Garcia created an emotionally charged atmosphere. The amateur rivalry between Davis and Roach brings an extra layer of intensity.
At 30.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have to go with Tank.
What does he need to do to make this competitive?
Don't trade with him. You got to box. Box, new, time up. But it's
Roach is highly motivated, knowing that he is the underdog but determined to surprise the world. Gervonta Davis has often been described as a sleeping lion, slow to anger but ferocious once provoked. His calm demeanor in the build-up to fights often belies the ferocity that comes out once the bell rings. Davis may seem calm and collected, but history has shown that when the stakes are high, he roars louder than his opponents. As the fight with Lamont Roach approaches, Davis remains focused, reminding everyone that he is not to be underestimated. In a similar way to how he handled his last major fight with Frank Martin earlier this year, Davis has started to reveal his intent and unleash his power as the fight draws closer. This upcoming fight is not just about preserving his undefeated record, but about further cementing his status as a top-tier fighter. A victory here would extend his record to 31-0 and most likely increase his number of knockout victories to 29. Davis's punching power and boxing IQ are well documented, and his ability to adapt in the ring will be key to his success against Roach.
How do you still see Lomachenko, man? Do you feel, though, that he's a step off, or do you still feel, though, that he still got everything he needs?
I always thought he was overrated.
For Lamont Roach, this fight is about much more than just winning a title. It's about redemption. Roach's boxing career has been marked by both highs and lows. After suffering his only career loss to Jamal Herring in 2019, Roach bounced back with 6 consecutive wins, including a split decision victory over Hector Garcia to claim a world title at 130 pounds.
Listen here.
This was a defining moment for Roach, proving that he could come back stronger from adversity. Despite Roach's recent successes, critics often point to his lack of recognition and his smaller size when compared to Davis. Roach is the clear underdog, but in boxing, surprises happen, and Roach has his sights set on being the one to shock the world. His training camp has been one of the most intense of his career, and he's determined to prove that he belongs in the same ring as Davis. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to do it in style, with the hopes of catapulting his career to the next level.
If there's a championship on the line, because those belts are freeing up.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely, for sure. I'm not a super small 130 pounder.
Yeah.
The history between Davis and Roach stretches back to their amateur days. Davis is currently 2-0 against Roach in their encounters as amateurs, and Roach has not forgotten the sting of those defeats. In particular, Roach believes their first fight was a robbery and has been vocal about his desire to avenge that loss.
He was, technically bigger than Tank too. But, Tank is comfortable at people like, oh, you whatever, smaller guy, woo, blah, blah. I mean, like, to me personally, I'm not stunned. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep saying that. They're going to keep saying that. You know what I'm saying?
While some may doubt Roach's ability to compete with a fighter of Davis's caliber, Roach sees this fight as his chance to rewrite history. Roach is no stranger to the spotlight, but this fight against Davis represents the pinnacle of his career. He's not just fighting for a belt or a paycheck. He's fighting for his legacy. Should he pull off the upset, Roach would be the first man to defeat Davis, a feat that would elevate him into the upper echelons of the sport.
30 because that's what I campaigned at. That's where I started my career. That's where I campaigned. That's why I worked my way up to the world title. And that's what I want to do. My plan was always to move up to 35 and win another title. So it just happened a little, a little earlier than normal.
Yeah. When it comes to the physical matchup, the difference in size between Davis and Roach is negligible. Roach stands at 170 centimeters, while Davis is just slightly shorter at 165 centimeters. While Davis campaigns at 135 pounds, Roach has spent most of his career at 130 pounds, which raises questions about whether he can handle the physicality of fighting in a higher weight class. Roach has proven himself at 130 pounds, but moving up in weight is never an easy task.
You fought at 35 before.
So technically, them wasn't just 35 fights. Like when a boxer starts their career, you don't necessarily have to make 130 pounds because we're not in title contention.
Nevertheless, he is confident that his skills and preparation will be enough to carry him through. Davis, meanwhile, has proven that he can handle multiple weight classes. From featherweight to junior welterweight, Davis has excelled across divisions. His adaptability, combined with his knockout power, makes him a formidable opponent no matter who he faces. Roach may have height on his side, but Davis's experience in handling bigger opponents gives him the upper hand in many analysts' eyes.
35, I'll definitely be filled out, everything like that. So I definitely would jump up to 35 and crush someone's dreams.
Gervonta Davis has accumulated an impressive list of victories throughout his career. In addition to his win over Frank Martin, Davis has defeated high-profile fighters such as Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, and Isaac Cruz. His technical knockout victory over Mario Barrios in 2021 and his unanimous decision win over Isaac Pitbull Cruz in the same year were particularly impressive. Each of these victories showcased Davis's ability to dominate in the ring, whether through power, technique, or ring IQ. What sets Davis apart from many of his contemporaries is his ability to finish fights. With 28 knockouts and 30 wins, Davis has one of the highest knockout percentages in the sport. His 11th round knockout of Barrios was a masterclass in timing and power, and his decision win over Cruz was a testament to his ability to control a fight from start to finish.
Like the fight that you probably talking about that occurred at like 40, I was supposed to fight at 32. He was 8 pounds overweight. They made him lose weight.
While some fans have questioned Davis's choice of opponents, there is no denying the skill and intensity he brings to the ring. Lamont Roach may not have the same level of recognition as Davis, but he has steadily built an impressive resume. Roach's 6 consecutive victories since his loss to Jamel Herring include his recent upset win over Hector Garcia, which earned him a world title at 130 pounds. Garcia, who had been previously stopped by Davis, was a significant win for Roach.
Was Devin, Haney, Gervonta. This crowd landing some very good power punches.
But at the same time,
Garcia landed the counter.
That's the punch Avalar knocked him down, Garcia down.
And it signaled his return to form. Roach has spent the last few years refining his skills and improving as a fighter. His technical ability, combined with his ring IQ, has allowed him to outpoint opponents and win close fights. While he may not have the knockout power of Davis, Roach's ability to go the distance and grind out tough victories is a testament to his resilience. His split decision win over Garcia was a career-defining moment, and he believes that his time to shine is now. As the fight between Davis and Roach approaches, boxing fans are eager to see how the two fighters will match up. While Davis is the clear favorite, Roach has shown that he can overcome adversity and rise to the occasion. The fight is scheduled to take place at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, on December 14th, with a pay-per-view audience watching closely to see if Roach can pull off the upset of the year. Despite the excitement surrounding the fight, there are some concerns. Critics have pointed out that the fight may not be the blockbuster event many were hoping for, especially given Davis's status as one of boxing's biggest stars. Some have questioned whether Roach has the name recognition or knockout power to generate the type of excitement typically associated with a Davis title defense. However, Davis's fans and Roach's supporters alike believe that the fight will deliver in terms of drama and intensity. For Davis, this fight represents an opportunity to keep his momentum going and solidify his legacy. As one of the biggest names in American boxing, Davis is on the cusp of superstardom, and a win against Roach would only add to his growing list of accomplishments. However, fans are eager to see Davis test himself against the elite of the 135 pounds division, with names like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney being floated as potential future opponents. For Roach, this fight is about making a statement. A win would catapult him into the upper echelon of the sport and prove that he belongs among the best in the world. Even if he falls short, a strong performance against Davis could open the door for other high-profile matchups in the future. Okay guys, for the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content. And check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.